Hi, everyone. Well, it wouldn't be a Housebears season unless we had at least one episode where there was some sort of technical screw up. So this week, please pardon the audio quality. We're only episode 2 in, and I guess hopefully we're getting over the hump now. Our original audio file was deleted, and so you're getting our raw audio from the camera. My apologies, it's my bad, but enjoy this funny episode. This bear's out of hibernation and he's digging up trash.
The only thing fake about me is my respect for you.
Hello!
I'm Hunter Harden.
And I'm Papa the Bear.
And welcome to the Real Housebears.
Of course.
Who am I?
Someone from Jersey.
Yeah. I'll give you a hint. My husband's a putz.
Teresa.
No.
Margaret.
No. Not that trap face.
Rachel Fuda.
You are real bad at this game. I'll give you another hint. I think I'm a bad mother, but I can't take care of my kids, so I just have somebody come and take care of my kids for me. And I'm very vain. I love money.
Oh, Jennifer Ada.
Thank you for having me on your podcast.
I feel like we need to applaud.
I am horrible at that game.
You were really bad. My husband's a putz, and you say Teresa? Teresa thinks her husband's like this gentleman.
I know, but I mean...
No, Bear.
I was going to
You
do what
weren't
I
thinking.
would think was
You
a
were
putz.
not thinking. That was the issue. You are all looks.
We haven't seen any of Dr. Adam this season so far. It's after that season of the whole affair break. He's like, I already hate my wife enough. Now I really hate her after all this. Anyhow, 2 episodes in one day. What about that?
Yeah, we've been off for like 2 months now.
And then coming out like the day before episode 3 comes out.
Yeah, and we're going to be a little bit late.
But no, I think this week we might be able to be on time pretty well. I think this week for episode 3 coming up, we will be able to do it on time, whatever on time means. But then after that, I'm going on a tour of New Hampshire for work. Shout out to any New Hampshire listeners. And so we'll be doing the best we can do. Yes! New Hampshire listeners, yes. So, listen, we're just going to do what we can. This is a very busy time for my real job that really pays, unless you all start listening to us on Spotify, where we can get sponsors, which still like when we're paying some bills. So anyhow, that's where we are.
Wasn't there something else you wanted to talk about at the beginning of this?
Well, I did think that we did deserve a little bit of chat about other Bravo shows that we have been watching. Well, here's the deal. I have a confession to make. I have always said that I will not watch Summer House because I hate reality TV with straight guys, and I hate because of the way they treat the women, in particular the women that they're dating, or in some instances, just simply poorly. But, the whole, I guess I like a train wreck. We both restarted watching Vanderpump Rules when Scandoval happened. Like we missed the season before because we just lost interest. So Scandoval brought us back. And then now with Summer House, the Lindsay and Carl breaking up moments before their wedding. I've been like, of course I listen to Radio Andy, and he's been talking about how great Summer House has been. My Bravo friends from work, hello, all things Bravo from work. they've been talking about how great it is. And so while you were in Spain, I thought, I'll give it a try. And man, is this season so good. It's so good. The two new guys, so there's the one guy who is exactly why I don't like reality TV. He's a straight guy who doesn't respect women. But he's got a killer smile, a killer body, and he's not a complete monster. He just like sleeps around a lot. And then there's this new guy named West. He is the cutest thing that's maybe ever been on reality TV. He is so adorable. He's real quirky, but really attractive, and I just love him. And the women on this show are gorgeous. So I fell into the trap of Summer House.
Shocker.
This is why I need to kennel you when I leave.
Yeah.
Like, this is ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
this is what happens when you're left alone.
Right.
I blame everyone that has encouraged them.
Yeah.
Especially you, work Bravo people.
Yeah. Hey, team.
Yeah, thanks. You ruined my husband.
I also...
I do look at you differently now. I lost just a little bit of respect for you.
Well, I'm not done.
Oh, God. Here we go.
I also have been watching The Valley, which is nothing but couples where most of the men treat their women badly.
I hate Jax so much that I just want to watch him all the time.
See?
There's good old Jax, too. I hate him. Oh, I hate how much he makes me like him.
I know, and Jax is looking better than ever. Like, he got them teeth.
Oh, and he keeps
He's got the same teeth that everyone else has.
And he keeps saying, I'm a dad now. And I'm just like, don't keep talking dirty to me.
Right?
You're you're a despicable human.
Like,
and I hate you.
There's something comfortable about despising Jax.
It's just such an old, good feeling from early Vanderpump.
Like, Jax is the reason why I don't watch other reality TV with straight guys, because I enjoy watching him do it so bad it makes me feel bad about myself.
He's just such a charmer. And you, even after he does something horrible, you're just like, all right, that's okay, fine.
Just pull
it's
down
okay,
your
Jax.
pants.
Yeah, like but you know what? He's a constant. He's consistently constant in who he is. He hasn't changed.
Yeah.
But now he's a dad now. But that still hasn't changed who he is. Yeah. Now he just says, "I'm a dad now" at the end of what he says.
And also the train wreck that I can't quit looking at is since Brittany had the lipo out of her chin, her lips are pulled down, and so she always looks like she's frowning at all times. And it's a metaphor.
Honey,
for
it's not the plastic surgery. She's sad. That's
Well,
a genuine
true,
look.
too.
She is sad.
And then, of course, we've got the Jax and Brittany breakup of it all. And there's another couple on there that I'm pretty sure, if they're not broken up in real life by now, it's any second.
If I would have started watching this show and watching Jax have like a beautiful marriage and stuff, I would have killed myself.
You would know the end is near.
Yeah, I'm like, this is hell is
near.
going to freeze over in just a second.
Right.
The rapture is going to happen. I'm sure as hell probably staying on Earth because of this podcast.
Right. So, of course, I've been watching good stuff, good for the soul stuff, like Top Chef.
Well, yeah, Top Chef is a good feel-good show.
Kristen is a great, the best replacement you could get for Padma. I mean, Padma is mother.
Iconic.
But Kristen's a great replacement. Of course, Vanderpump Rules, we've been talking about that. I also watched Palm Royale on Apple TV Plus with Kristen Wiig that I truly enjed.
Is that Bravo?
It's not Bravo.
Then you need to stop talking about
it. But it gives some good housewives set in the 60s vibe.
So on this cruise that I was on, I met a group of guys. They're all older, of course. Because this cruise that I was on, like 80% of it, people were like over 65. But I met this group of guys that were really, really nice. But what's kind of refreshing is like, I think one couple even said, we don't own a TV. And there's other people
I don't know what that means.
And some of them like, so we're driving up to some mountain to go hiking and stuff, and we're all in the car, and they're just asking me questions because they don't even know what a housewife is.
It blows my mind that there are people who don't know. Like, if
They
you
thought
watch
it was
TV at all.
Well, they were also confused by Desperate Housewives. Some of them thought it was like a scripted show, and I was like, no, it's a reality show. And they're like, it's not just one person. I'm like, no, it's it's a franchise of these house, and I'm trying to explain it to these people that know nothing about social
Pop
media
culture,
or pop
I
culture in
guess.
general. And it's funny because I'm trying to explain to them who I am in the community and that I'm, gay famous. But luckily, every single time I was with them, somebody from the boat recognized me and came over and started talking to me. And like when we were in Sieges, of course I had the Bear Bar meet and greet and the flyers and stuff, but there's also another bar that apparently has artwork of me in there.
Yeah, apparently, no, literally, you went and saw it.
And so when I went down there to look at it, I ran into some of the guys, and then I ran into all the guys, and I just kept saying, oh, there's an artwork of me in that. And so they all kept looking, and they all thought it was really cool, and I'm like, it was kind of refreshing because they had no clue what is social media.
They don't know. Proof, receipts.
No, they don't. They wouldn't understand that at all.
Oh, I don't like that world. Oh.
But these old guys, they literally try to kill me in 2 different islands. 2 different excursions, they try to kill me. For one, we took e-bikes. They weren't e-bikes, they're just mountain bikes.
Oh, okay.
Up straight up like San Francisco hills. And then like I throw up in the corner because I am so exhausted going up this hill, and they're already way
you
up.
didn't tell me that.
Yeah, because you don't care about my life, and you haven't even let me go through any of my
Anyhow,
pictures.
moving on.
And I finally get to the top of the hill. Luckily, the other 2 guys, their bikes weren't working, but they were having just as much of a struggle with me. But then I find out, they're like, oh yeah, we finished like a triathlon like 3 months before this, and I was like, F you old people. For one, you guys are trying to kill me. 2, this body is all glamour muscle. There is no cardio or healthy part of my body. It may look good, but it's actually a hindrance to me. And so then the next time we went on to this like mountain climb thing, but no, it wasn't a mountain climb. It was like rods of big planks with big gaps sticking out of like a mountain with miles below you, just open free space. It was beautiful but terrifying, and we had to walk across this bridge that was basically just a chain link fence.
Nope.
And it bounced.
Nope.
And I screamed.
Yep.
And I was trembling at the end of it, and I said in the bus, I said, F you old guys, quit trying to kill me.
Liars.
It was the icing on the brain cake.
Hey, my brain cake would have been all over the ground
Honey,
if I tripped.
They were watching your cakes.
Well, of course. Everybody's watching me. Like, that's ridiculous.
Well, the icing on the brain cake is a stupid name for anything. It's a stupid name for an episode. It's a stupid name for anything.
It's a stupid thing Teresa would say.
The icing on the brain cake. That's who got paid probably hundreds of thousands of dollars to come up with that.
Nobody came up. Teresa said it. I guarantee you Teresa said it.
And why would you call it the icing on the brain cake where this whole season is about John Fuda?
That's it. That's the story.
It should be icing on the freak teeth. Like, that's what it should be called.
We have taglines. I don't know if we had taglines.
We did not.
I didn't think so.
But we had them on the second
But
episode.
now we have to talk about the taglines.
Oh my god, here we go. Melissa's was my favorite. Everyone else's was crap.
It's hard not to burn bridges. Look at that. When you're on fire.
You know what? I don't remember ranking them in my head, so I don't know if it's my favorite or not. But
I just knew from that one on. I was like, oh, okay, everyone else is kind of bad.
And her delivery of it.
Oh, it's
is
so
the best
good. It's
part.
perfect.
Yeah, because when we get to Margaret Joseph's, she's like, but Melissa Gorga gives great delivery of her tagline.
And Teresa's is just too thought about, and she's too proud of it.
But I really like Dolores's.
I'm a girl from Patterson. Hello. Playing Switzerland, dating an Irishman.
That's too many like geography points.
No, I like
can't
it.
Geographical point. Like
I like it.
I don't
I
understand.
think it's cute.
It makes me think, and I can't do that on this show.
No, I think it's really cute, and I like see an airplane flying from place to place.
You are
on a
such
map.
a romantic.
I am. Danielle's.
I'm bougie, unbothered, and above your drama.
I do like hers, but it, the delivery wasn't there. Like,
it was hard to say. It was hard if she said bothered or unbothered, and like above your drama. It just her enunciation could have been better. And then Margaret Joseph, she just says it so down. She's like, when you're taking cheap shots, I'm taking screenshots.
Well, you're taking cheap shots. Oh my God. I'm taking screenshots.
So she's all about the receipts.
Yeah, I get.
Well, I mean, we start off. Teresa's already talking about receipts against Margaret Joseph, so she can't talk about because it's a legal situation. So now, Margaret Joseph's coming prepared. She came with the armor before she even knew that Teresa was coming after her some more. Rachel Fudas is pretty basic.
If you don't have my back, no, at least have a backbone.
But I don't hate it.
It's not good. I'm going to say it right now. It's not good.
Okay. And then Jennifer Aydins, which is always about property of some sort.
She is so big.
Materialistic.
She's materialistic girl.
Friends are like handbags.
Bingo!
The fake ones are all too easy to spot.
She at least knows how to
spot
use
something
her words.
fancy.
It's a clever saying. It's a clever saying. It's just always about materialistic.
I know you love Jennifer Aydin so much. It's
You could try to tear me down, but this tree just keeps on growing.
All right, we start off after, our always initial montage of women in their homes, probably with their kids. The first real scene is Danielle. She's at some studio. We did not get the name of the studio. I even rewound to see if there's a name of the studio.
So we're sorry, everybody. We did not find it.
We failed you. But then Nicole is the photographer.
It's Nicole's studio.
Valentina is getting her headshots updated. She is signed with a talent agency.
She's a star.
Okay, hold on. I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous of a little girl getting to walk at New York Fashion Week. She don't even know what it is. Mm-mm. I guess they're just going to let anybody into New York Fashion Week. Look, Brooks Marks was there.
You better not. You better take that back right now.
Bougie kids are there. I'm not irritated, pissed, annoyed, or any of those things that
Listen,
piss
Seth
me
is
off.
never going to love us if you say things about Brooks Marks.
I'll make Seth love us.
That's psychotic.
But Danielle's like, Valentina's going to win an Oscar someday.
She's an amateur model. Did you see all of her points?
But it is a big deal for bougie kids to be able to walk in Fashion Week. That's major for Danielle.
Oh, is it? I love
That's
that.
major for Danielle.
I love that she could walk right next to.
No, I'm not talking about Valentina and her runway. I'm talking about Danielle being represented on the runway. That's big.
She should ask me to model for bougie kids.
She should.
I can still fit into something.
I don't know what.
A sock.
You have to put things into perspective, ladies, okay?
Well, it's been 6 years since Nate has had brain surgery and his sister did.
I was like, dang. He almost went like Neanderthal for a second.
I mean, listen, it's risky. One of my closest friends from college, she had a non-cancerous cyst removed from her brain, and she lost some function in her face. That's a major deal.
Yeah.
Luckily, he seemed to have full recovery.
A lobotomy does wonders.
That's why he doesn't get too upset about things.
He's like, yes, honey.
But Danielle is having a celebration down at the shore for Nate's life, which I just refer to as the brain party for the rest of the episode.
It's the mocking God party. That's what it is.
Well,
God had a plan for him, and they tricked him, got devil medical surgery, and now he's healed, and now they're gonna throw it in his face with this celebration of life, ha ha ha, didn't get me, try again. It's really despicable. I can't get down with this party.
That is the weirdest outlook on this.
That's why I'm on this podcast. I give very good advice.
Yeah.
And outlook. And face.
So, what makes Jersey so sad. Like, there's always such happiness because this whole show is about broken relationships, broken families. Like, Danielle is now no longer speaking to her dad. Last season, her brother wasn't speaking to her. And then, of course, we've got the Gorga Judice Ruella situation. Like, this family is about this show is about broken families. I mean, Jennifer Aiden at one point wasn't talking to her mom. Like, that's heavy in New Jersey. It's sad.
I think it's good TV.
Well,
I'm just joking. I do think it's depressing, but I feel like it's a trend with a lot of these shows. The longer they go on, people start. I don't know.
Beverly Hills are all single women now.
I don't feel bad for any of them because they're getting paid.
We are at Dolores and Paul's house. Dolores is living with Paul. Dolores is now into real estate. This is like her 5th career she's had since she's been on the show. Again, Paul isn't divorced yet, but Paul is also surprised from the birthday party of all of these Italian guys. He's surprised at their reaction. He's like, I would have taken out my tit and breastfed them if I would have known there were such babies. And then over at Teresa and Louis, and we kind of go back and forth. I thought, oh no, we don't. Never mind, take that back. We're just at Teresa and Louis where they're talking about Louis Sr. being 8 years sober, going to his celebration. Now, how do you feel about, in this scene, Teresa and Louis wearing their own merch? Louis is wearing this shirt from when Melania said in season 1, like, give me the pizza, you old troll. Teresa is wearing her Namaste Bitches shirt, like...
I think it's disgusting that people will wear their own merch.
Seriously.
But if you do look on YouTube right now, we are wearing our Real Housebears shirt.
Go to YouTube.
And we're also watching, I mean, if you look over at Corey over here, Papa the Bear, he's wearing the Hot Closet that you can get on a Redbubble.
And my Weekend D t-shirt, or hat, that you can get at realhousebears.redbubble.com.
But yeah, I think people like that are just kind of like, just desperate for
It
attention.
is desperate.
It's very desperate and disgusting.
I would never do it.
I'm disgusted.
I don't know if the camera can see my shirt from the mic, but yeah.
But I also think it happened in both episodes. I feel like I remember in episode 1 they were wearing that merch too.
In some of the flashbacks, they're wearing the exact same design, but in a different color. Like, so they've got like limited editions and shit.
Teresa gets emotional again about Gabriella leaving.
I don't want you guys to know that I cried earlier today. And I just love that her daughter's like, yes, Mom, we know you cry every day.
And she's like, no, I don't.
And then she's like, no, yeah. Like, she cannot be told anything.
She cannot be accused of anything.
This whole, if you watch every single time she's on camera, she talks about that she did cry or she is crying. Whatever that E.T. phone home when he's running through the forest at the beginning where he's just screeching.
But if you were to accuse her of crying every day, then
she will wipe the tears off her face and she's like, no, I'm not.
I'm too busy sending texts. It makes me laugh when she says texts. Texas. I'm too busy saying Texas to cry. Again, we find out there are legal issues between Teresa and Margaret Josephs, and Teresa is excited about taking Margaret down.
Another thing that's very same with Vanderpump Rules right now. There's a lot of things that they can't say on the reunion because legal matters.
So many crossovers all over the place. Melissa and Joe, they're having Antonia's 18th birthday / going away party. All of Melissa's family is there. Let me tell you what, the Gorga boys, they're so gorgeous, but they got their mom's original nose. And like, you can't help but notice.
The only thing I did notice that I'm not surprised that Joe got Melissa pregnant 3 minutes into their marriage.
Right. But man, it's hard to think. I mean, I know it's very common. I know it's incredibly common, but it's really hard for me to even imagine being as young. I mean, they were super young, just got married, and then in 2 months they got to start thinking about how to be parents. Like, I can't even imagine that.
It's like you really don't get a honeymoon phase of your marriage because you're like, oh, next phase, boom.
So Melissa gives a toast and starts crying, of course. Antonia hates it. And then we talk about Joe officiating. I couldn't tell. I didn't get if it was like Melissa's cousin or Melissa's brother.
I think it was Melissa's cousin.
But nonetheless, he is getting ready to enter into a same-sex marriage, and Joe is officiating the wedding. And this is really nice that he's feeling part of a family when he really doesn't have any family at all. His parents are dead. His sister is dead to him.
But Melissa's family is a lot like my family. Like once they know that you're good for them, they include you. While I was away on my cruise, did I get messages from my mother checking up on me? No, my husband did.
My sweet Hunter's mother, my sweet mother-in-law, she checked in on me on a regular basis to make sure that I was okay with them being away. Also, we checked in talking about some things that Hunter was going through as well. But I'm so very lucky, especially growing up in a world where I couldn't be gay too. It's just really special.
My mom still treats my first boyfriend, Dave, that's my best friend now, just like a part of the family. He still comes to family events. My mom and him actually have their own text train where they're talking to each other, and we're going to Reno in June, and she's like, well, I'm going to be gone, so why don't you just stay at my house? So my ex was going to just stay at my mother's house while they were there. But my family just know if you're a good person and you make me feel good, they're going to keep bring you into our family.
Well, I think we both got a little bit teared up when Joe was doing his
100%.
confessional, talking about how the Gorgas have really taken him in.
It does mean a lot to gay people when I'm somebody that's a typical male stereotype doesn't have that stereotype of queer. You know? Yeah. You're just a normal human being just like me. It means something because, we as gay men we're bullied by those types of people, and those type of people were our fathers.
Right, exactly.
The way I love you guys, you really don't. He's gonna cry.
So then we get into a back and forth between Teresa's house and pickleball. So at Teresa's house, Gia's there. I hear that Gia takes a lot more time in this season. I kind of hope it's not. I don't like the kids getting involved, even though she's a
Oh, and now she's got a criminal justice degree, so she's gonna have
you know what? I give it this to her though. Once she did say, once her dad, had this immigration situation.
It's a great story.
She said that I'm going to get into law so that I can. And even though she might not go into immigration law,
I mean that's how everybody gets into law.
Right?
Somebody in their family gets sent to prison.
And then here's the moment when Teresa's like, I cried earlier, and then Gia's like, you cry all the time. She's like, no, I don't.
No, I don't.
Amy, Jennifer, Aiden, and Danielle arrived. They're doing the M-sculpt. It looks a little bit painful.
I love how they're going back and forth between a super white sport to a super white rich woman workout.
Right.
Because pickleball is becoming super popular
but
everywhere.
Is it mostly just in the white bros community, or
it was on our cruise ship?
Is it everyone?
It was on our cruise ship, and I just know just a lot of people in Utah. And Utah's a lot of white people.
That's true.
So there's pickleball is becoming so popular, and
so
then of course
our listeners of color, let us know: is it just a white people sport, or is everybody playing pickleball now?
I mean, because I've never played. I was like, what is it? It's tennis, right? But it's not tennis. You're
it's like tennis and ping pong combined.
Yeah, pickleball. Just, all these new things, and then a super white rich lady workout is throw electrodes in me so I don't have to move or do anything. Ooh, I just broke a leg.
Well, I mean, in early seasons Atlanta, the one white person on the show, Kim Zolciak, she was getting something similar to that done and eating pizza at the same time.
Yeah, it's. I mean, we literally signed up.
You
for the
are
rich
racist
white.
against
no,
white people.
we have literally signed up for the rich white person workout with those red rays.
Oh my God! I just wrote.
Lights,
I wonder if it's more effective than red light therapy.
Y'all, we are paying
red light
for
therapy
red lights to make us lose weight.
It's the biggest joke. It's the biggest waste of money we've ever invested in.
We're white. So, case proven.
I hate white people.
I hate rich white people workouts.
Well,
It's
we're not
ridiculous.
rich, but we are.
We paid for that way more than a gym membership.
So, pickleball. Margaret has to sleep with the instructor to get into the sport. And I
support that 100%. You always gotta have sex with the coach.
Yeah, but it's Margaret, Rachel Fuda, Melissa Gorga, and the pickleball instructor. Over at Teresa's, they're obviously talking about the John Fuda rumors. Double-sided. Jennifer's like, listen, if you like the little tickle in the ass, then tickle him in the ass. I don't care.
That's not classy.
We find out that Rachel Fuda got rheumatoid arthritis when she was young.
I called it her monkey bar injury.
Had hip replacement at 18.
You better work those hips, girl.
That is intense. And then Melissa's mom fell and broke her arm while carrying a baby.
Okay, listen. Old people stop falling down because you will break everything. While I was on this cruise,
it's a rule.
one of the old guys fell, broke his thumb, and the other guy fell and broke his wrist. And then, like, there was something else that, like, everyone kept falling and hurting themselves badly. And I was like, ugh, old people.
I love that Danielle brings up Rachel being at the brain party, and she's like, you know me, I don't tell you who to be friends with.
I just can't. I can't.
Like, I really wish there was some sort of, like, flashback.
Do the B-roll, please. I mean, the B-roll would be
like,
so
if you're going
long.
to talk to her, I'm not going to talk to her.
Because it's said all the time by her.
I mean, it's so funny. You're so just not aware.
It's like Teresa earlier in the first episode, she was complaining about she's not sending Louis in to talk to John Fuda because he's going to have all of his minions there, and I don't do that. I don't do minions. And then literally later on in the episode, her and her minion Jennifer Aiden go up and tell John Fuda's Rachel that he's a
John Fuda's wife. This season is about John Fuda.
Double-sided dildo and being a drug lord.
I just want to know what your favorite kind is.
Teresa's just a walking contradiction, and it's hilarious. But she doesn't even know it.
We do find out the drug story is that John Fuda just got arrested at 17 for selling weed. There it is.
Adderall or something like.
No, selling weed. You got arrested for selling weed at 17.
Who doesn't get arrested for selling weed?
I did not. I don't know if you did not tell me about it.
I have never been arrested.
Okay. Well, who's there? Kidding. We're at the Jersey Shore.
Everyone has a shore house but us. Like,
no, because we're nowhere near the shore.
Well, maybe if we got subscribers on... Just kidding.
Y'all will listen to us on Spotify, and we get ads. There you go. At the Fuda's Jersey Shore home, they talk about the quote-unquote altercation with Teresa at Jen Fessler's party. The Fudas are really unhappy about Jen Fessler befriending Teresa. You know, this is a big deal because Jen Fessler is staying at the Fuda house, you know. And John Fuda says, I can't associate with people who associate with Teresa, so more lines in the sand. It really isn't sustainable. But again, John Fuda is really worked up. I'm thrilled that Danielle and Rachel are friends. I really like them together.
I do too. I think they're a good couple.
Danielle wants everyone to get along at the brain party.
I know. I love it when she says everyone would be cool at the party. That's kind of like a death sentence, isn't it? Because that
John Fuda's like, as long as no one pushes me.
As long as no one pushes me. Like, I can't with those huge teeth and the baby teeth jaw. Like, I can't.
Well, I feel like he always had big teeth. He just had a fatter face.
His bottom teeth are gone.
Are they?
Yeah, he looks like a Sesame character, like Sesame Street Jim Henson.
What about Joe Gorga and Margaret Joseph's wig?
Oh, I do have another name for Louis on this introduction. Teresa and Evil Ken show up.
Evil Ken.
It's pretty good. I have another one like locked in the
Evil
barrel.
Ken. I do like Evil Ken. So Teresa's team arrives to the brain party. Oh wait, no, we haven't even got to the brain party yet, have we? Mm-hmm. No, I just got to the Jersey Shore. Sorry, I got lost in my notes. So Joe Gorga and Margaret's wig. Danielle looks great in that sequins pantsuit that does look very much like a mermaid. But the fact that she's never heard of a roadie.
It sounds like a
up in a minivan behind a gas station.
Bitch, I've been drinking roadie since I've been drinking out of a bottle.
I mean, that's kind of like, I thought everybody knew what a roadie is because it's been very universal.
Or
Even
I
on the
would
West
think it
Coast,
would-
the East Coast.
I would maybe, if they were talking sexual, I would maybe think roadhead.
If you're going back with your husband and get a roadie, that's going to be head or whatever. I just love how much Teresa lies to herself and that she has any peace in her heart at all.
When she said that she got emotional, of course.
And then she's like, I got emotional again.
Yeah.
It's like she wants to remind people that she's a human being and not a succubus, you know?
Jackie has not been invited to the brain party. Danielle really just did not get a good taste from Jackie's last season. So now we're at the brain party.
The mocking God party. I need you to say this right.
I am not saying it.
Yes, you will by the end of this.
The ladies sit aside. Margaret breaks the ice by asking everyone if they're the first, if they're on their first marriage.
Yeah, I would rather just say, like, who has the oldest husband here?
But you know what? It ended up working. Like,
it did. Really
did.
Talking.
Like, it was the weirdest icebreaker conversation I've ever heard, but it ended up working out. I was like, okay.
It would work for you too. I'm your second husband. Slut. You're my first, because I'm not a hoe.
When Teresa and Jennifer Aiden get there, Jennifer Aiden and Margaret greet each other very, very nicely. Like, it was very nice. Melissa then makes a fake, like, sarcastic grin to Teresa from her seat.
To Teresa and warmed boxed wine. That's what Louis is.
So, a gospel warm boxed wine, yes. I used to date someone who used to drink boxed wine practically at night.
Have you ever had warmed boxed wine?
I don't
like. There's nothing wrong with boxed wine. I actually had preferred that in the past, but like a warm box of wine, that is Louis.
No. Yes. I'm not drinking warm boxed wine, but yes. A gospel choir performs.
Where's Heather Gay's choir?
Right. They don't really play any of the. You get to hear them for like a fraction of a second, but they probably made their own arrangement.
Heather's Gays.
Oh yeah. Well, we weren't okay, but anyhow. So Jen Fessler approaches Jen Aiden for her weed pen. And then Jen Fessler and Teresa go aside to talk. And so Teresa asked Jen Fessler about the meeting before the reunion and what Jen Fessler allegedly said at the reunion. And Jen Fessler's like, listen, the really meeting was just like, we know this is happening, so let's make sure we know how to address it. And then when Teresa's like, well, what about when you said that? She's like, no, that's not what I said. What I said was, y'all bought all that stuff and you didn't use it. Fail.
Yeah.
So they end up, hugging it out. I like you. And then they move on. Really.
But that
But now Jen Fessler still wants to mediate between Margaret and Teresa, and that shouldn't happen.
When they're talking about Louis calling Frankie or something about that whole scandal or whatever, Teresa swears on her 4 daughters that Louis never called him.
Oh, no, when it was about, that Louis never called Margaret's son.
Yeah,
at work.
Margaret's son. That's who it was.
That's what
Frankie. It was
Louis
Margaret's
never
son.
called Margaret's son at work.
And Teresa swears on her 4 daughters.
No, her 4 daughters.
That Louis did not call this kid, and you could even see in Jen Fessler's right in that moment, like she's like, I know you're like, how can you? I can't believe you just said that because you are a huge liar.
Well, I mean, in her confession, she's like, listen, I just have to. If she swore on her 4 daughters,
I mean, but you could see how touchy that was. She's just like, damn, you just kind of damned your own 4 daughters because I don't think you're telling the truth.
My 4 daughters.
And then Jen Fessler's like, so Teresa, when you were calling John Fuda the biggest drug dealer who likes fingers up his butt, did you mean now? And she's like, no, I think he's amazing.
He's a great father.
He's a great husband, a great businessman. And she's like, which, again, she's lying. But Jennifer's like, okay, we need to clear that up. Like, they think that you mean that he's doing all this right now.
Because you literally went up to her and said all these things to John Fuda's wife, Rachel.
It's unbelievable.
It's just, I am so excited and frustrated already with Teresa this season.
But then we end up the episode with John Fuda's frustration and with Teresa, and Rachel's frustration with Jen Fessler.
Yep.
But it's as much, like, Jersey has always had a lot of husband being part of the story. But this season, it just really feels like it's John Fuda versus Teresa.
And now Rachel doesn't trust Jen Fessler for being friends with Tom Sandoval.
Well, because she is Sheena-ing.
She is Sheena-ing the most that Sheena could ever Sheena in Sheena's life.
Well, y'all, don't you Sheena.
Don't Sheena out on us. You better be gold.
You'll be good as gold if you'll follow us on social media.
Oh my gosh.
On Facebook and Instagram, we are The Real Housebears. On Twitter X, we are Real Housebears. You can email us at therealhousebears.com, and you can buy merchandise at the website realhousebears.redbubble.com.
You can also watch us on YouTube, the Real Housebears podcast.
The Real Housebears.
You know, just Google us. We come up like everywhere. Like, Google me. And you can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. Like, anywhere you can think of a podcast, you can listen to us.
You know what? Before we forget, and before we go, we need to thank everyone who voted for us for Bear World Magazine.
Oh my gosh, yeah. There was a lot of...
I completely forgot about this.
Didn't Abe vote for us?
Yes, Abe Leachy from New York Housewives.
I think Bryn
Whitfield voted for us.
Like, that was so nice of them, because they were probably looking through, like, the other competitions, being like, what the hell is a...
What is so funny, though, is Abe messaged us to tell us that he did it. And he was like, how funny will it be when my wife looks at my browsing history and it has, like, bears. Things like that.
Bear World Magazine.
And I was
Who's your favorite adult star?
And I was like, well, I guess that would be a great storyline for next season, huh?
Oh my gosh, could you imagine? And then we go to New York and visit him and have, like, a cocktail out. But then he gets into another Uber with us.
So I hope that you all didn't already turn off this episode because you thought we were going, because I want to thank everyone who voted for us, in particular Abe and Bryn, of course.
And anyone, just anybody who voted for us. I know there's a lot of people we're forgetting or, didn't mention, but, hope we win.
All right, we will be back in the middle of the week next week.
At our regular scheduled program.
Whatever that is. Have a good one.
Bye.
Okay, love you, bye.